You're scrolling right now, and almost everyone you know has posted something in the last 24 hours. A photo, a check-in, an opinion, a life update. But then there's that one person. You can't even remember the last time they posted anything. Their feed? Empty. Their stories? Silent. They exist in your life, but online, it's like they've disappeared. Who are these people? And what does psychology say is really going on inside them? Are they hiding something? Are they smarter than everyone else? Do they not trust people? Or, and this is the one that might make you uncomfortable, do they see something about social media that the rest of us are too addicted to notice? Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what drives these people, and you might find yourself questioning a few things about your own habits too. First, let's be precise about who we're talking about. This isn't the person who quit social media in anger after a bad day. And it's not someone who has no friends or no life. We're talking about people who live full, connected, even happy lives. They have relationships, opinions, achievements, even beautiful moments, but they keep all of it offline. Intentionally. Consistently. And when you ask them why, their answer is usually something that makes you pause. The first and perhaps most powerful reason, they understand that visibility is vulnerability. Every post you make is a data point. It tells the world what you value, where you are, who you love, what makes you happy, and what could hurt you. People who never post have often made a conscious or subconscious calculation: the less others know about my interior world, the less ammunition exists to be used against me. This isn't paranoia. It's a sophisticated understanding of social power dynamics. In many cultures and contexts throughout history, the person who spoke least held the most influence. Here's something the psychology literature is increasingly clear on: social media platforms are engineered to exploit the brain's reward circuitry. Every like, comment, and share triggers a small dopamine release. Every time you post and wait for reactions, you are placing yourself in a variable reward loop, the same mechanism behind gambling and slot machines. People who never share their life online have often recognized this trap, consciously or not. They've opted out of the approval cycle. They don't need the internet to validate their experiences. They were at the concert. The food was delicious. They know, and that's enough. Quick pause, and I want you to be honest with yourself here. Do you ever feel a small knot of anxiety after posting something? Do you check back to see how many likes you got? Have you ever deleted something because it didn't perform well? If yes, you've already felt the mechanism these private people have chosen to escape. Keep watching, because what comes next might genuinely change how you think about your own relationship with sharing. For many people who avoid sharing online, privacy isn't just a setting, it's a core part of their identity. Psychologists call this a private self concept. These individuals derive meaning and security from the clear boundary between their inner world and the outer world. Sharing that world, even selectively, feels like a violation of something sacred to them. It's not that they have something to hide. It's that their inner life belongs to them, not to an algorithm, not to followers, not to acquaintances who will skim it in 3 seconds and keep scrolling. Their life is not content. Private people don't refuse to share, they share deeply, but only within a carefully constructed architecture of trust. Think of it as concentric circles. Innermost is the partner or closest person. Next ring, 1 or 2 trusted friends. Outer ring, acquaintances. And far outside all of this, the internet. Most of us share content designed for the outer rings and pretend it's intimate. Private people find this deeply uncomfortable. They save their real stories, their real fears, their real wins, for people who have earned that access. The idea of broadcasting something personal to thousands of strangers, even in a watered-down form, feels like a profound category error. Here's something rarely talked about: for many people, the decision to go silent online wasn't gradual, it was triggered. A private conversation screenshot and shared. A vulnerable post met with mockery. a period of life documented online that they later deeply regretted. A breakup that played out publicly. A moment of authenticity that was weaponized. These experiences teach a specific lesson: the internet has no context, no mercy, and no delete button that truly works. Once you've felt that sting, the calculus changes permanently. The silence isn't emptiness. It's armor. Now here's something science discovered that will reframe everything, and I promise you, this part is worth staying for. Researchers found that people who overshare online actually process their own emotions less deeply than people who keep experiences private. Here's why that matters, and what it means for your mental clarity. When you share an experience immediately after it happens, or even while it's happening, you outsource the processing of that experience to the reactions of others. The memory gets stored differently. The emotion gets assigned a value based on external feedback rather than internal meaning. Private people, by contrast, keep the experience inside. They sit with it. They process it slowly. Over time, they develop what psychologists call self-coherence. A stable, internally generated sense of who they are that doesn't shift based on who liked their post today. They own their moments. Fully. Without asking permission. There's another thing private people intuitively resist: the performance of a self. Every time you carefully craft a post, choose the best angle, write a caption that sounds spontaneous but took 15 minutes, you are performing a character. Over time, the gap between who you perform online and who you actually are creates cognitive dissonance. Studies show this gap is linked to lower self-esteem, higher anxiety, and identity confusion, especially in younger people. Private individuals sidestep this entirely. They never build the performance. So there's no exhausting role to maintain. What you see is what they are, and you only see it if they trust you. Before we go further, let's address the assumption: are people who never share online just antisocial? Cold? Secretly arrogant? The short answer is, sometimes yes, but usually no. Research consistently shows that introversion and privacy-seeking are not the same as social dysfunction. Many private people are deeply warm, extraordinarily present in personal relationships, and highly emotionally intelligent. The difference is that their warmth flows through depth, not broadcast. They're not withholding themselves from the world, they're protecting what's real from the machine that cheapens it. Here's a revealing psychological phenomenon: the more private someone is, the more others project onto them. Mystery creates a vacuum, and humans fill vacuums with stories. They must be hiding something. They think they're better than everyone. Something must be wrong. What's actually happening is a psychological concept called attribution error. We assume that because we share, everyone who doesn't share must be suppressing something. But sometimes, the absence of a performance isn't hiding. It's simply living. In the spirit of full honesty, private people are not automatically psychologically healthy. For some, the refusal to share anything online is less about wisdom and more about fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of being truly known. Fear of vulnerability. When privacy becomes total avoidance, when even trusted people can't get in, it can be a symptom of avoidant attachment, social anxiety, or unprocessed shame. The healthiest version of privacy is selective and intentional. The unhealthy version is a wall disguised as dignity. Whether or not you choose to be like them, private people carry lessons worth borrowing. First, not every moment needs an audience to matter. Second, your best stories deserve to be told to people who truly know you, not to an algorithm. Third, the version of you that exists offline, messy, uncertain, real, is worth protecting. You don't have to go silent. But you can choose more carefully. You can ask, am I sharing this because it means something to me? Or because I need someone to confirm that it does? I want to leave you with one question. Not as a challenge, as an experiment. If every metric disappeared tomorrow, no likes, no views, no follower counts, no share counts, what would you still post? What would still be worth sharing? And what would quietly disappear? The answer to that question will tell you more about your relationship with yourself than any psychology video ever could. The people who never share their personal life online aren't broken, cold, or superior. They've simply made a different bargain, one that trades reach for depth, exposure for ownership, applause for clarity. Whether that's wise or lonely depends entirely on the person. But understanding why they do it? That's understanding something important about what we all actually need. If this hit different, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more psychology content that actually challenges how you think. And I'll see you in the next one.